went to a few places over the weekend, right?
Yes, there's nothing better than heading out on the weekend on the Keuka Lake, Seneca Lake, any wine trail, or like I say, there's so many fall activities. So last Saturday, we went headed west and headed down the west side of Keuka Lake. And of course, as we do, I stamped some photos, and I'm going to share our experience with you here. First stop was Vineyard View Winery, and as you can imagine, they had a nice view of their vineyard.
I would never think.
Yeah, first time I've been to Vineyard View. Oops, I got to switch it over here. Okay, so and there's a look of it, set up high above Keuka Lake, and as most places, you choose what wines you want to taste, and there was 5 for $5, and nice. I was pleasantly surprised with how great every single wine was. A lot of times when we go to these places for the first time, it's questionable. Maybe you find one wine that you like, but all 5 I tasted I liked. Their dry Riesling was really good, and then I actually bought a bottle. Here's the owner. Her and her husband own Vineyard Vines. Geez, I can't believe I can't remember the name, but anyway, she was pleasant. It was a clean, inviting, comfortable place to be, and the wine was fantastic. And my favorite wine I tasted was actually a red called the Marquette, and so I bought a bottle of that to bring home. And Vineyard View, if you're heading on the Keuka Lake Wine Trail, make sure you take a stop there. The wine was great.
I haven't been there.
You've been to Vineyard View?
I haven't been there.
Oh, there's so many wineries, but I really enjoyed our stop at Vineyard View, and there is the view of the vineyard and the lake.
That is beautiful.
They have a nice deck, really accessible towards the northern end, just south of Penn Yan, I would say. Actually, Keuka Park is officially where they are. But from there, we hit the road, and I just really like the Keuka Lake stuff. I like all the lakes, but especially this time of year, I like heading along Keuka Lake, and our goal was to end up in Hammondsport and eat at the Union Block in Hammondsport, which is a restaurant I love, but I haven't been there in 3 or 4 years. And as you drive along, just stunning views. Even more so probably this weekend and next weekend as the foliage changes. And next stop, Dr.Frank'S, Dr. Konstantin Frank, the best wine in the Finger Lakes, I personally think. I mean, they're the oldest. He's like the father of it all. And this place was just absolutely jam packed. We had to get on a list for a tasting, probably about a half an hour wait, but it was worth it. And they're hard at work on Saturday, harvesting and making wine and putting it in barrels and all that stuff. But there's a tasting room at Dr. Frank's. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 different tasting stations, and I went with the classic. They suggest some flights there, or you can choose them a la carte. And we had a great server, or sommelier. I don't know if he's a sommelier, but this guy was great, and he kept saying, do you like? He'd look at the one that I selected to taste, or all of us, and then he would say, do you like a little sweeter, a little dry? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I'll give you both. So while we paid for 5, we probably tasted 8 or 9. And it was awesome. And those little crackers there, I ate about 12 of those to cleanse my palate.
Yes, of course.
Between tastings. And Dr. Frank's wine is fantastic. We left there with a couple bottles as well. Actually, that looks like a full bag to bring those
Who's
home.
Counting anyways?
And then again, it's beautiful now, but more beautiful when those colors change. It is incredible. You get about a 2-week window to really see it in all its glory. So then I went to another place we haven't been to, the Crooked Tusker Distillery in Hammondsport. And it doesn't look like much from the outside.
That's actually it? Oh.
That's it. That's a Crooked Tusker Distillery, and there was live music on that front porch area.
Cool.
And tasting room. They had really good margaritas actually.
Ooh.
Everybody got some margaritas, and there she is pouring them up at the Crooked Tusker, and then there in the background, that's why they have all that space. They have quite a big distillery, modern and new, on the inside.
Huh.
And This is, a lot of places have these maps. So at the Crooked Tusker, these are where all the visitors came from.
Awesome.
All over the country. And then if you even go a little internationally,
Wow.
Europe.
Wow.
So it just goes to show when you see these things how many people come from across the world and the country to visit the Finger Lakes. And they also had popcorn, which was nice.
Yep, that's always a
Free
good plus.
popcorn, yeah. And there's some of their bottled spirits. And I think vodka's their specialty, actually. They made their margaritas with vodka, which
Yum.
I thought was different.
different.
But they were good.
I'd try it.
So then, now we finally get to Hammondsport for dinner at the Union Block. They don't take reservations at the Union Block. And when we get to Hammondsport, which is one of the most beautiful, picturesque little places in the Finger Lakes, right on the south end of Keuka Lake. Like, if you continue down that road another 100 yards, it's just an unbelievable view at Depot Park of Keuka Lake. And it's just, I love Hammondsport. I really do. And so, but what we didn't realize is when we got there, they were cleaning up from a festival that we actually promoted on the show last week.
Oh.
And I forgot about it. So, of course, Hammondsport was packed. And the Union Block was an hour and 45-minute wait.
Oh, my goodness. I couldn't do it.
So, luckily, we knew that they had recently opened up a second Union Block restaurant in Penn Yan.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So, we decided, let's give it a shot and head to Penn Yan. And, of course, we get to Penn Yan. There's the Union Block in Penn Yan's on the backside. It was kind of hard to find. There's the outlet in Penn Yan. And then if you turn around there, then that's where the Union Block is in Penn Yan. And Union Block in Hammondsport is top 5 restaurant for me. I love it. And so I was intrigued to see if what they had going on in Penn Yan was
It's good.
up to par, because it's a little closer to us here in Seneca Falls.
Right.
And so, happy to report that it was fantastic. But you look here, open space, well lit. The sun was going down right about the time when we finally got in, and opened to the kitchen there, and started with a caprese salad.
Can't
Fantastic.
go wrong. Love those.
And then I didn't get the chicken parm, but my friend next to me got the chicken parm. He likes chicken parm. He said it was excellent. And then this wasn't me either. This is the shrimp scampi. And again, these pictures might not do it justice, but that sauce for that shrimp scampi was unbelievably good. That was so good.
I'm hungry now.
You know, and that's what they have: pizzas, pastas, Italian fare, Union Block. And this was me. I got the spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, yum.
I love a good bolognese. And that's, I think, what I got last time I ate at the Union Block in Hammondsport. And the bolognese was excellent. There was a little kale side that I ordered up there to the northwest corner of that screen. But so good. So good. I was very pleasantly surprised, or pleased, not surprised, that it did kind of match up with what's going on in Hammondsport. So I'd recommend the Union Block in Penn Yan or Hammondsport, and I would also recommend to take a drive along Keuka Lake the next couple weeks when the leaves are changing. But that's true of any lake, but Keuka Lake kind of has some hills. And
I drive it every other Friday, and I love when the season starts to change. And now that I know there's a Union Block in Penn Yan, I stop right before I get into Hammondsport. That's my stop I have to go to. So
you don't go down into downtown Hammondsport?
No, I stop right at that little beach right before you get into Hammondsport. I don't even remember what it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I would
right by the
give
fire
yourself
station.
15, 20 minutes one of these days and just head to downtown Hammondsport. There's a lot of cool little shops. And it's like a Norman Rockwell scene.